Previously on Gears.
Okay, Marky, I'm very excited to hear about this US Open. Tell us what's happening and everything we need to know about the course, the favourites, everything.
I'm also very, very excited. Okay, I've got a little thing here. The 113th US Open, the second major of the year, starts tomorrow at Merion Golf Club, just outside Philadelphia. Merion was founded in 1912, and the golf course measures 6,996 yards. The scores this week will be very dependent on the weather, as a lot of rain will soften the golf course and encourage some very low scoring, but dry and warm weather will make the golf course firmer and tougher for the players. The last time a major championship was held at Merion Golf Club, persimmon heads and steel shafts were still used on the PGA Tour, and David Graham played a nearly perfect round of golf on the final day in 1981 to win. He hit all 14 fairways and 18 greens for a 67 in the final round to beat Bill Rogers and George Burns by 3 shots. When last did you hit 14 fairways and 18 greens, Darcy?
I don't think I've ever done that.
I don't lie. You're very, very straight off the tee. I know you're going very well.
Maybe off the tee, but definitely not the greens in regulation.
Ben Hogan won the 1950 US Open held at Merion just 16 months after his terrible car accident, hitting his famous one iron on the 18th hole, a shot that is represented on posters all around the world. Lee Trevino won the 1971 US Open at Merion by beating Jack Nicklaus in an 18-hole playoff on Monday. According to an article I read, the predicted speed of the greens at Merion for the US Open this year could get up to 13.5 on the stimp meter, which will make them some of the fastest greens in the world. That is obviously weather dependent, because if it rains a lot, the greens will slow down, but if the sun is out and the wind is blowing, it will make the greens speed up and be very tricky for the guys to putt on.
How can you compare the speed of those greens to something for people who aren't really into golf and don't know golf terminology or play regularly? What can you compare it to?
If I can relate, well, if they do, all, as I said, guys, it's all weather dependent. So if it does get firm, it heats up and the greens get nice and fast, 13.5 on the stimp meter. Now imagine yourself standing on a billiard table that you play snooker on and putting on that. That's how perfect the surface will be. It'll be like that and firm. Your general golf course, if you're just a normal golfer who goes on a Saturday or on a Wednesday and plays golf, you're generally putting on, I would say, 9 to 10 on the stimp meter. So 13 is radically fast, and with slopes and everything, it makes it even quicker.
Merion isn't the longest course. You said it was
6,996 yards.
Yeah, that's quite short for a major tournament. I mean, the course that's hosting the tournament. What defense does the course have against the players to prevent them from going like 10 under or shooting ridiculously low scores?
Well, generally the way the USPGA like to set up a US Open course is very, very tough. They like it to be dry, fast, firm. Generally, the winning score is between level and maybe 4 under par. Even if it's over par, they quite like that. You won't see too many scores at 15, 20 under par like you normally see on the PGA Tour. The only defense the golf course has is the weather. If it's been raining a hell of a lot there at the present moment, so if the course is wet, it'll be a lot easier for the players. The fairways will be a lot wider because as you hit the ball into the fairway, it pitches, it stops, it doesn't go very far. Same into the greens. The greens are soft, very receptive, able to fire at a lot of tough flags which are tucked behind bunkers, makes the scoring a lot easier. Whereas if the golf course is firm and hard and the wind is blowing, strategy comes into play. You've got to be far more, not defensive, but you have to play a lot more cleverly off the tee. You have to position yourself on the fairway because all of a sudden the fairways are a lot firmer, not so easy to keep the ball in play. So I would say weather's going to play a huge role. Also, depending on the type of player you are. If you're an aggressive player, you've got to learn on how to approach this golf course. I think it's going to be a very exciting. It's not the longest US Open golf course around, but I think it's going to be very, very exciting.
Okay, who are you backing? Who do you think is going to be up there on Sunday?
Well, I hope a South African. I hope it'll be great to see a guy like George Coetzee or Brandon Grace. They've got both great ball strikers, especially Gracie. I've played a lot of golf with Brandon. He hits the ball very straight. He hits it low in the wind. He knows how to control his ball flight. If he putts nicely, he can definitely be a contender. Charles, Louis, I hope all of them. Ernie, all of them. Again, weather depending. If if it's playing dry and hard, I would say a guy like Graham McDowell. He's done it before. He won at Pebble Beach, his first US Open. Jim Furyk, very straight off the tee, doesn't make too many mistakes. If it's playing wet and long or longer than playing dry and firm, I would say it's anyone's game at the end of the day. It's going to be target golf. Tiger's going to be in the mix, of course, and that's actually something I wanted to mention. How's that for a 3-ball? You've got Tiger Woods, Rory McIlroy, and Adam Scott teeing it up in the first 2 rounds.
That's crazy. The crowds are going to be ridiculous.
Ridiculous. Very exciting. Adam Scott also, I think, US Masters champion, definitely in with a shot. Rory McIlroy been off the pace this year. He's really been struggling, and
maybe he's a bit too in love.
Yeah, I think I would also
I see
be
pictures getting tweeted of lying, eating popcorn with Caroline Wozniacki.
Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. Yeah, but I think, it's all weather dependent. I hope a South African wins. It'll be fantastic. But again, if it's dry and firm, I'd say a guy like Graham McDowell or Jim Furyk. If it's playing wet, Tiger Woods always got a chance. So I'd say Tiger.
And someone like Adam Scott, he's got that first major under the belt. I mean, it must be a huge relief. Do you think he's going to go on and win a couple now? And I actually, 2 questions. I saw he, in an article, he said he's actually very excited to be paired with Tiger Woods. I think there's a bit of competition there between the two of them, well, mainly from Tiger's side, because, of course, his caddy is Tiger's ex-caddy. So
I definitely agree. I think after winning the US Masters, he's got a new confidence, a new, it's, as you say, it's like a release. He's done it. He's got nothing to prove anymore. He's proved it. Now he's just going out to compete and win. And I think that fear factor that Tiger had many years ago, I think that's gone. I think everyone now believes that they can win. And yeah, I mean, it's anyone's game at the end of that. It's an open. It's you've got to have a strong mind, especially at a US Open, and you've got to have good wedge play. You've got to be good around the greens. I think anyone could take it. It's difficult to predict a winner.
Okay, finishing off, Webb Simpson is defending champion.
Yes.
Do you think he's got a shot? I haven't heard a lot of
From
him.
recently.
Recently. I haven't really heard him up there on the leaderboard. Do you think he's got a shot at it?
Definitely. He won last year. He'll like all those past memories, positive memories, he will draw on those. So definitely, he's also not the longest guy off the tee, I don't think, so the golf course might suit him. And he's a good player. Yeah, I think he'd believe that he's got a chance to win it again.
Okay, you told me to find a clip on YouTube.
Very funny.
Of Webb Simpson when he was receiving his trophy last year.
Yes.
So let's have a look at it.
68-68 on the weekend. And a burst of 3 straight birdies and 4 in a 5-hole stretch turned it around for you today.
Yeah, that was kind of the difference. I got off to a slow start, but I knew that I knew.
Always something to spice matters up.
Yeah, enjoy the jail cell, pal. But no, I knew that there were some birdie holes on the back, and I just had to, stay patient, and luckily the birdies came.
Your wife, Dowd, is expecting. She was by your side. You're kind of amused. The gendarmes are taking care of this gentleman, and he is on his way to a place other than where you're headed.
That's absolutely brilliant. I saw something yesterday, that Birdman, they call him. Graham McDowell found him at a tournament or at some event and was taking photos with him, posing with him, having like this full-on jolt with the guy. He's become quite a celebrity.
Yeah, and it's nice to see the players also take, allowing the humour to come out and showing the other side of golfers as well. That's very funny. That guy's a classic.
Okay, well, thanks so much for that update on the US Open and what we can expect.
At the next intersection, turn on gears with Sasha Martinengo. Weekdays from 12 to 2 p.m. Central African Time.